was crazy, man. But there's so much blueberries. Not blueberries, raspberries. After the live, I'm gonna go pick loads of raspberries. I cannot believe the amount of raspberries we have everywhere. It's incredible. Incredible. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm. Let me clean my hands from all these raspberries I was eating. Need a basket? This basket is too big to pick raspberries. You gotta find something else. Mm, no, I don't. Oh, there's a basket out there next to the It's inside the tire. The tire here. Hmm. Try not to get bitten by mosquitoes. Hey guys, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Welcome to the live. So guys, we are on the farm today. And I decided to do a live since I'm out here. We have tons and tons of raspberry. And yeah, we're just gonna pick loads of raspberry while we're out here because we don't want them to waste. I completely forgot about raspberry that this time of the year it is raspberry season, so we should come out here to pick raspberries, right? So yeah, that is exactly what we're gonna do today. But today's live, we are going to talk about the Gen Zs. We are going to talk about what is happening in Kenya. We are going to, you know, talk about what is happening there because I think it is very, very important. We say something, we stand up for justice, we stand up for the right of people, and we just let people know that they have our support because I think that's important. So, there's two people in the live, but again, it seems like every time I'm out here and I'm doing a live, I can't see your comments and I can't see who is in the live. Let me see. Guys, I don't know who's in the live, but hello to all of you who is in the live. Welcome. Sorry I can't see who is in the live. And since I'm out here and I don't have my computer, I can't see. Seems like sometimes the phone is just silly when you're out in the countryside. Right? So that's what's happening. Anywho, so we're going to talk about the Gen Zs and what is happening in Kenya because I have lots of Kenyan friends and I want to support my Kenyan friends and I want to tell them that I'm with them. Hi, Raj Anon. I am from Grenada. Welcome to the live. My ancestors are African. Okay, so I have to support the African, movement. So we're gonna talk about what is happening there. Where are you from, Raj? Which country are you watching from? 4 people are in the live. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up in the live. I can't see anybody else. I could only see Raj. I don't know why I can't see anybody else, but yeah. Welcome everybody. So we're talking about what is happening. And I want you guys to chime in. I want you guys to tell me what you think. You know, tell me what you think about the Gen Zs. I'm all for the Gen Zs. I love what the Gen Zs are doing because we need people to stand up and fight corruption. Corruption is something that happens in Canada here. There is corruption, and we don't people try to demonstrate here in Canada for different things, and they bring out their popo, and like when we had the truckers and stuff, you see what they did to them. But it seems like, the Gen Zs in Kenya and other places in Africa, they are just going at it. And I applaud them for it because I have a lot of friends in different parts of Africa, and I know that it's not easy, and life is difficult. Life is hard, that not many people can afford a lot of things. We have rich people, we have poor people, we have middle class people, we have people who are just barely making it and stuff like that. So I think it is very unfair for this government to be posing tax on these people. I'm very glad that the bill was not passed, but they still have some things that they're trying to do, you know. And I really feel bad about the the youths that die, and I want to say that they're heroes. They died heroes because they died fighting for something that is right. You know, they're like Martin Luther King. They're like all our other people there in history, black historians, you know, who die for the rights of black people so that they can be free, they can ride the bus and stuff like that. So I just want to applaud them. I want to say, go Gen Zs, go. Don't give up until you get what you want. And I want to just say, like, shame on the police officers. Police officers, how could you do this? How could you kill your own people? That's super ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. You should not, no way, have any live ammunitions in your gun in a protest. This is a peaceful protest. The children, the men, the people who are there, they only had water bottles, they didn't have any weapons. So, how could you just shoot people? This is ridiculous, and they should be ashamed of themselves. So, I am saying to the police officers in those riots, like, don't you have a conscience? Like, don't you have a conscience? Like, don't you have a mother? Don't you have a sister? Don't you have a brother? How could you just shoot down people like this? This is just crazy. Like, these are your people. They're fighting for the rights, and you are going to benefit from the right. So how could you go there and just like shoot them down? This is just crazy. My heart goes out to people. I see a widow who lost a son, her only son. Can you imagine being a widow and you have one son, and that son is the one who's going out there to sell corn. He's the one who's going out there to look for a hustle to bring money for you and to bring money for you and your mom. And that one son was killed. Ruto, how could you? How in the name of Jibis could you do such a thing? Like, why did you give orders to shoot people, to shoot kids, to shoot teenagers, to shoot protesters? Like, how in the world could you do such a thing like that? This poor, we don't know. She have to fend for herself. She have nobody to fend for her because the only son is dead. Things like that really get on my heart. You know, really get on my heart, and it just really gets me really, really upset. I saw one of my friends, and she was saying that she saw people that she went to school with, her friends who they sit together, go out together and eat dead. This is so traumatic. So traumatic. Can you imagine? You see your friends, you guys all went down there to protest and fight for your rights, and then you came home without your friends. Can you imagine how traumatic that is? And I want to say to the police officers, don't you have a heart? Don't you have a heart? How could you? How could you? It's one thing to put tear gas, it's one thing to do water cannon, but it's very, very bad to shoot people who are unarmed. You know, this is not America. What is wrong with you, Kenyan police? This is not America where they're shooting black people down. This is your people in your own country. These people, you grow up with them. They're in your neighborhood. You see them at the grocery store. You know what I mean? How could you just be shooting live bullets? These are kids. The majority of these people are youths. How could you do something like that? I'm really, really upset. I'm really, 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 really upset about that. I'm really, really upset about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this world is just like a crazy place, honestly. It's just like I find like this place is just crazy. It's like this system just wants you to sit down and do whatever they want with you. Oh, there's a mosquito in here trying to bite me. You know, this system just wants you. Oh, sorry, guys. There's a mosquito in here in my car. So this system just wants you to lay down, and they just want to tell you, okay, pay taxes, do this, do that, do the other. But there are people in Kenya who cannot afford to send their kids to school. A mother who cannot afford to send her kids to school. Can you imagine her paying more taxes? That means they won't be able to eat. You know, that's just crazy. There are people who living in some little hut. You know, you ask them to pay taxes. Some people are going to sell the little things on the side of the road to make $1 for their family. You're asking them to pay taxes when they can hardly feed themselves. There are some people who went to school, they went to university, they have degrees, but they have no job because the way the system is, it's all about corruption. Those people in offices, they're driving expensive cars, $100,000 car, $50,000 car, and you people are suffering. As a leader, you should care about your people. If you're eating food, your people should eat food too. You know, that's why I love Traore, because Traore is doing fantastic. He goes out there and he cares about his people. He's buying farm equipment for them. He's driving a little vehicle that doesn't even cost $50,000, less than that, the vehicle that he's driving. You know, because he cares about his people. And some people, they are leaders and they are not meant to be leaders because they don't have leadership qualities. They don't care about their people. By the actions and the things that they do, you clearly see that they don't care about for their people. Because if this government of Kenya had cared about their people, they would not have been carrying on in this manner. We know the state of Kenya. We know that they're in debt and everything. But why are you borrowing money from foreign entities when you know you can't pay for it? Do not borrow money from foreign entities when you know you cannot pay it back. Because when you do that, you're forcing your people to pay things that they can't pay. You know, it's like now that they borrow all this money, they have to tax the hospital, they have to tax the people, they have to put tax on everything. Now, these people are poor and they can't even afford to feed themselves, right? Oh my goodness, there's a mosquito. A mosquito in the car. Oh my gosh, this mosquito. I don't like mosquitoes. I don't want them to bite me. These people are poor. They could hardly afford to even go to the hospital. Now that you raise the price of cancer treatment and all kind of, treatment in the hospital, what are these people are supposed to do? They couldn't afford it before. How they can afford it? How can they afford it now? Now, this is ridiculous, okay? And I am 100% supporting the Gen Zs going out there and fighting for their rights. And the Gen Zs are not only fighting for themselves, they're fighting for the elderly people, they're fighting for the widows, and they're fighting for the next generation to come. Because if they don't stand up and if they don't say something, this corruption is going to continue to go on. These taxes are going to go higher and higher and higher and higher, you know? I watched an interview with a young man who said he went to university and he has a computer engineer degree and he'd been home for 4 years, no job. So now he opened, oh, there's a big mosquito. Yes, I caught it. So now open a shop, and he's selling clothes and whatever he's selling, and now his little place that he has a shop in is going to be taxed. He could hardly afford to pay for the place already, the rent and everything like that. When they add tax onto that, there's no way he could be able to stay there anymore. He has to move out. So that means now he doesn't have a business anymore because he can't afford to pay the fee. And these are the things that are happening. And so I want to bring awareness. Like sometimes we're in Canada and we're kind of sitting cushy and, we don't know what's going ahead. We kind of very, very comfortable where we are, and we think like, oh well, there's food in my fridge, I can just go to the grocery store and buy stuff. there is social assistance. You know, if I don't have a job, I can go on welfare. You know, I can do all that stuff. But sadly, other people in other countries does not have that. For example, in my country, Grenada, we do not have the social assistance system where if you're a mother or you're a widow or something, you can go on social assistance, you can get welfare. We don't have that in our country, right? In Africa, they don't have that. In Kenya, they don't have social assistance. You can't go on welfare in Africa. That doesn't exist. You know, they have other programs with other different things. They have old age pension and all that kind of stuff, but it's not like a lot of money. Like people here in Canada, they can go on welfare and they can get so much money. You know, they can get $1,500-$1,600 a month. And if you have kids, you can get more. This is not happening in Kenya, you know, and in a lot of African countries. So what the government expect people to do? So what I want to say is, this morning when I was watching the news, I saw they were interviewing some boys, and the boys were saying, if you kill us, more people are going to rise up. And that's the spirit. You can't. These Gen Zs, they are going to go and go and go until they get what they want. Now, I'm against violence. I don't think you should be violent. I don't think you should kill people. But it's come to the point where the government has left these kids like in the dust. You know, it's like they're in the dust. It's like they come to the point where it's like they don't care because they have no food. They can't even marry somebody, because if you don't have a job, how are you going to marry somebody? They can't, like I said, they have no food. They have no money. They can't marry somebody even if they love somebody, because how are you going to support the woman? How are you going to support yourself? If they want to have kids, they can't even have kids because they can't even support those kids. You know what I'm saying? If they have a business, they can't even afford the business because with all this tax and it's too high, they cannot afford it. Yet they have these degrees that they pay money for and they can't use it. So it's like they are tying the hands of these kids. You know, these Gen Zs, their hands are tied. So at this moment, I would like to say, you know, Mr. Ruto, please listen to your people. Hear what they have to say. You are squeezing your people. You know what I'm saying? You are squeezing your people and you're causing people to rebel. It's not that the people don't love you. It's because of your actions. The people are rebelling against what you're doing, you know, and the police officer, shame on you, I have to say, shame on you. So guys, what do you have to say in the comment? You know, those of you who are watching, you know, give your comment, give your opinion. Those of you who are going to watch this video after the live is finished, you know, give your opinion in the comment. Say what you think, because, you know, it's important for people to give their views. It's important to say what we think when we see injustice. You know, I think everybody have a right to live a life that they want to live. I think everybody have a right to be able to eat food. You know, food is a necessity. It's if you don't have food, you can't survive. Food, clothing, and shelter. These are 3 necessities. And when you're gonna force somebody to not eat, it's terrible. It's terrible. Some people are having 1 meal a day. Some people are having a meal every second day. And I just think that is not right. This is not right. You know, I don't think you should be hustling every day of your life when you actually went to school and studied. You know, I think something should be better. Something should be there for the youths. You know, I mean, in Canada here, people go to university, they get jobs, they have jobs. You know, I mean, even if you don't have maybe a very high job in like in the corporate world or something, but you have a job. Not so bad. It goes out to the widows. My heart goes out to the moms. My heart goes out to the brother who lost his only brother. You know, like there's people who are orphans and these are their siblings and they live together and one of the siblings were killed. Now they're alone. They have to fend for themselves without their sibling. You know, there were sons and daughters who are looking after the younger siblings. because their parents are sick and now they're gone. They're 6 feet under the earth, you know. And my heart goes out to all these people, you know. My heart goes out to the people that lost their loved ones, you know. So that is why I want to do this live, you know. I want to empathize with these people because these people are my people, you know. They're my, we were taken from Africa. All of us black people come from Africa. Whether you are born there or not, we're Africans. Okay? We come from Africa. We're from different tribe, different descendants, and everything like that. But through slavery, we don't know our history. We don't know. Some of us know. Some of us can trace back where we come from. Some of us cannot. But I know personally that I come from Africa, and some of these people are my ancestors and my people. Okay? So my heart goes out to you. I want to send my condolences and prayer up for to have lost their loved ones. So guys, this is all the life for. Thank you for tuning in. Go Gen Zs. Ruto, please resign. Please resign and give the people what they want, because now they don't trust you anymore. They don't feel that you can be the leader anymore. So listen to the people. Listen to the youths. Stop killing the youths and do what is right. Let your conscience speak to you. Okay? Yeah. So guys, all of you who come to the live, thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys for always tuning into the live, always watching my live, commenting and everything like that. Okay? Peace up. And remember, you know, to pray for people all over the world. You know, you may not be in a situation like them, but people still need your prayers, and people still need to know that, you know, even if they're in a far country, that other spirits that are landed are with them so they can feel empowered. I hope you're having a good, happy Sunday, because I am having a happy Sunday. So now I'm going to pick raspberries because there's loads and loads of raspberries on my trees to be picked. So take care. Ciao, ciao. See you in the next live.